maybe the Bears social media team shouldn't have done the video last week trolling the Ravens over the ping pong thing, just saying. And I don't know what day we talked about that. Did you and I talk about that?
No, it wasn't you and me.
It may have been,
No.
it may have been Holly. But,
Yeah.
you hear all the time, oh, it's just the social media team. It's not the team. Look, if you don't have your organization buttoned up top to bottom, stuff happens that shouldn't happen. And the coaching staff needs to have one person that the head coach trusts who reviews all that stuff before it goes live. Because save the video trolling the Ravens over not having a ping pong table in their locker room anymore until after you win the game. Don't do it before.
Yeah,
don't give them anything. Because they'll use anything they can find. They'll say they don't, but they do. So I don't know how much of a factor it was, but the Ravens beat the Bears 30-16. The Bears had won 4 games in a row. The Bears were one of the hottest teams in the NFL. And they didn't have to deal with Lamar Jackson. And they just felt lifeless at times. And Caleb Williams looks like he's still a rookie at times.
Yeah.
At times he looks great.
Right.
At other times he doesn't.
Right.
And I just wonder where the Bears are right now. But you're right about the Ravens. We put the graphic up a couple of weeks ago of the teams that have rebounded from 1-5 to make it to the playoffs.
Right.
And most of those teams did it with only 6 playoff spots per conference and only 16 games.
Right.
You throw in the 7th spot, you throw in the 17th game, the Ravens can do it. They can win the division. They can get a wild card berth if they don't win the division. And now they're 2-5. They go to Miami on Thursday night. Apparently Lamar Jackson's going to play. Reportedly he's going to play. Who the hell knows at this point? And that's going to spark a conversation we have here in a minute. But for now, yeah, the Ravens did what they needed to do by way of stabilizing a situation. They stopped the bleeding. They plugged the leak. The orca was sinking, and the shark was about to jump overboard and gobble everyone up. And they kept it afloat for a day.
It's as desperation as desperation gets. And I expect them to put up a spirited effort. I really did. I didn't pick them to win the football game. I wish I would have. But
we both said if Lamar doesn't play, Bears win.
Yeah, right. But the Ravens showed they got a little more something than just Lamar. Coming off a bye week, obviously made some adjustments. They were definitely tough and physical in the run game, patient.
No more ping pong. No more pinball.
Yeah. Tyler Huntley, I do think, added a little element to the offense of like, hey, wait, if nothing's there, he can go run and make a play. So that's where he was different.
Why wasn't he playing? Well, I mean, all due respect, Cooper Rush, but why wouldn't Tyler Huntley
I don't
play
know.
him the whole
I don't know.
time?
Why did Tyler Huntley ever leave Baltimore? Why did they ever let him leave? He's a really good backup quarterback.
Pro bowler.
You saw. They didn't reinvent the wheel on the offensive side yesterday, but when people are open, he hits the throw. That's all you want, and then he makes a few plays off schedule every now and then, and you play some defense, and you go, wow. The pressure yesterday was on the Bears offense. The Bears defense is not real good. The Bears are missing almost their whole secondary yesterday, and that was something that I wish we would have known when we picked the game a little bit, because that would have changed my stuff a little. But regardless, yeah, they were missing people in the secondary. They don't have a dominant front seven, and after the first 2 drives, like the first quarter, the Bears controlled the first quarter, but they couldn't get in the end zone, which happens to be a little problem with the Bears in certain games when they get inside the 10, 12, 15-yard line, whatever else. They settle for field goals, and Baltimore finally settled into the football game, and it felt like they went down 6-0. They came back, they make it 7-6, and it almost feels like they controlled the game from that point on. I know Chicago made some plays and some moments where we went, ooh, okay, they're hanging around, but it never really felt like they had the momentum. It felt like they were playing catch-up and being outplayed for the majority of the day, and that was the case. And slowly but surely, Baltimore pulled away late in the game.
Yeah, and the Bears did have opportunities. It just felt like they couldn't get it sparked. And there was the sequence late in the game when they were down 2 scores, 30-16.
Yeah.
They hit the big play to DJ Moore down the sideline, a great catch.
Right.
And look, it's hard when you're in that moment to be thinking I should if I'm not going to score, I need to get out of bounds. He went for the touchdown. He came up a few yards short. And then it was just a shit show after that.
Yeah, right.
It was embarrassing. It was not professional level football. Whatever it was they were doing, and there was a shot of Ben Johnson on the sideline just completely exasperated. But that exchange was embarrassing. They ended up not scoring.
Right.
They ended up taking all the time to the point where it didn't matter. Ben Johnson, I think that was the game I think that was a game where he just basically conceded. He took off his headset with like 35 seconds left. Right. He was like, screw this. I mean, this is pointless at this point. Yeah, well, I think that was the game. Somebody took their headset off like with 35 seconds left.
I'm sure
he
was frustrated yesterday. You brought up Caleb Williams. He made a few plays, but he missed some throws that you would expect Caleb Williams to make, right? There was definitely some of that. He threw a bad interception with the game in the balance at 16-13. They're backed up. He throws a play-action pass, and he gets undercut, I believe, by, what's his name, the first-round pick, Nate Wiggins from Clemson. And there was Marlon Humphrey waiting to pick it off, too. It was just a bad decision. In that moment, backed up to where you climb back into the game and you have a little momentum, they give Baltimore the short field. Baltimore's winning 16-13. Chicago's got the ball. Boom. Caleb Williams throws a bad interception, gives the ball to the Ravens on the 9-yard line. A few plays later, they get in the end zone. And that was kind of the moment where you were like, oh, wow. The Bears will be playing catch-up from here on out.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.